Drip way too foggy. These VVS is way awesome. Park CLS for drop to your death without warning. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get out my way, yeah. You either with me or against me though. You either with me or win. Win. Curve everything else. Win. These ops ain't win. Start chasing that. Win. You clowns really don't stay outside when I play outside. I put the beats on them like Dre outside. I got the bow side and they'll lay outside. And if you act bad, I bring the outside. Go and get your money. None of my know some funny. I can tell real by who you're running with. I'm all in the field. Duck hunt. Hit my just and he was like boop. Here. Knew just what it was. The whole but gave it back boop. Yeah. 9/11, no malice, baby. But no violence, baby. My got callous, baby. My bare knuckles got talent, baby. I'm all in the wind with it. On Deuce line, I've been with it. She too fine, I've been crashed 2 times. I limo tinted my new ride. I'm riding with the 12 better not pull me over. Championship going dumb. Nothing to something I won. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get out my way, yeah. You either with me or against me though. You either with me or win. Curve everything else. Win. These ops ain't win. Start chasing that. Win.
Somebody call for the queen.
I never get anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's the truancy about it.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. Riley Dixon has the ball on the tee, ready to get us started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll try the air now with Newton. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Newton. He can run for it, and he will. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally down at the 32-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one goes for 24 yards. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Rosen off the play action. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Kentrell Bryce picks it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. On second down, here's Newton. Flush, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. An extra DB added here for the Cards on third.
Blitzer play coverage.
A shotgun snap for Newton. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The punter wing is on as he sends this one away. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Play action here with Rosen. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a toss play. It's Breida. There he goes inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. They begin the drive with Johnson. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Underneath for Johnson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Stewart on first down, spinning past him, and he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, they run with Stewart. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. First down carry here for Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. Caught here by Conley. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, it's Rosen. And this one complete right side to Funchess. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Try to shake off the look to throw. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now it's Newton. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Newton now to throw. He finds his target, Fuller. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. Over the middle and caught by the tight end Clay. And he'll go down at the 28. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Play action. It's Newton. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. That escapes his... Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Chandler Jones. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime. So
good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go!
On 2nd down, Rosen to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
They go play action. It's Rosen. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A final shot before the break. Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Lets it fly for Thielen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the toss, here's Johnson. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Rosen on 1st and 10. Looking deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 45 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Rolling to his left. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
Man, we see a lot of quarterbacks try and do this. They get out of the pocket, they get in trouble, and they try and force the ball into their star receiver to make a play, sometimes whether he's open or not. And I think this time, it was definitely an or not.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Rosen will throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Kentrell Bryce picks it, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Newton going deep for his tight end play. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. The trot, Will Fuller. Nobody there to stop him. Touchdown, Vikings. Will Fuller, 45 yards. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Gostkowski the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a handoff. Johnson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And incomplete here on 3rd down.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest, since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. On his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Now it's Lockett. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Breida. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On the return is Peterson. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Let's go! 319! 319!
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Trying to lay one up deep. And he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And he gets it to Funchess complete. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a 1st down on that last catch as well.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on. And this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Detroit! 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 Gun! 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 Gun!
Now it's Rosen. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. I think probably just trying to draw them off there, it didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time. Being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. Will Fuller, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. The point after try for Gostkowski. Gostkowski with the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. That's caught over the middle by Seals-Jones. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. And now it's Rosen looking. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. From the gun, it's Rosen. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. 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 I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Newton now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. They'll find Thielen work in the middle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw. This throw caught right around the 6. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw, and he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown, and they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't